A big discovery this week in Whatcom County, the first Asian giant hornet of 2020 in the U.S. since their initial detection at the end of 2019. But a bigger issue from the Department of Agriculture is this.
Preliminary results indicate that this is a queen.
And that has larger implications for the spread of this invasive species.
What that means is that we know something made it through the winter, and since colonies can produce a few hundred queens, it means we probably have a few more to look for as well.
You may remember Asian giant hornets earned a controversial nickname in a media whirlwind a few weeks back, called murder hornets by some for their vicious bee-killing behavior. Just a handful of the hornets can wipe out thousands of bees, decapitating them in what's called slaughter phase. And bees play an important role in the ecosystem.
To me, the scariest thing is the impact this could have on our managed pollinators.
They can also injure and kill people. Their venom is more toxic and stingers larger, but they are not known to be aggressive towards humans. This hornet was found near the ones from 2019 and close to a suspected hornet bee kill. Now, the race is on through the summer to find and eliminate any queens forming colonies before they breed more in the fall.
We do not want any nests to go through to the point of October or so when they start creating breeding casts and starting the next year's population. So we want to locate and eliminate as many nests as we can, probably prior to the end of September.
Michael Crow, King 5 News.